Ashen Gate, Episode 4, Part 1. The Gate That Devours. She is the gate. She opens when all else closes. The descent does not begin in the grave. It begins in the womb. The soul's first death is birth. Before names, before skin, before breath, the being knew. It pulsed within the deep, radiant as a star unfallen. But there came the call, the echo, the fracturing. What you call incarnation was not a beginning. It was a fall. In the Great Five, that primal chthonic aperture, the soul surrendered to separation. It forgot its form. It forgot its vastness. It split, shivering into flesh. The child does not cry because it is born. The child cries because it has died. Open loop. What if death was not a conclusion, but the original passage? The cosmic yoni, where stars are swallowed, every tradition remembers her. The devourer, the gate, the void. The Egyptians named her Nut. The sky arched above, swallowing the sun each dusk. The Greeks gave Persephone to the underworld, not as prisoner, but queen. The Hindus speak of Kali, dancing on Shiva's corpse, mouth dripping red with dissolution. Even Mary, in her midnight blue, cloaked a womb that became the tomb, that became the womb again. We have been lied to, told that death is male, a reaper with blade and bone. But death is feminine. She receives. She dissolves. She transfigures. And the Great Five, the downward triangle, is her sign. Not eroticism, but esotericism. Not pleasure, but passage. Not sex, but the swordless death. Call to action, reclaim the downward triangle. Draw it. Wear it. Remember what it points toward, too. Death is the first initiation. Initiation is always by loss. In ancient rites, the candidate was blindfolded, disrobed, led underground. All that followed was symbolic death, the womb tomb, the darkness, the unmaking. Why? Because until a man dies, he does not remember. Until a woman is stripped, she does not return. The mysteries of Eleusis, the pyramid passages, the druidic grove, all demanded one price: surrender. Even in the Tibetan Chod rites, the practitioner feeds their own body to the demons, the ultimate offering, not to be consumed, but to realize they were never the body to begin with. This is death before death. Open loop. What if your suffering isn't punishment, but initiation? Call to action tonight. Write a list of all that was taken from you. Then write, "Thank you for initiating me." 3. The gate between world. You cross the threshold every night. Sleep. You cross it in sex, in fear, in grief. But rarely do you notice. Death is not one moment. It is a permeable membrane that hums behind all things. And she, the gate, watches. You've met her before, in heartbreak, in exile, in silence. The first time you bled, the last time you saw their face, when the job ended, when the phone stopped ringing, when the mirror showed someone older, and still she whispers, "Come deeper." Call to action. What gates have you ignored? Revisit a moment you lost something precious. Write down what died in you. Then ask, what was born? 4. The downward triangle. the hidden symbolism of the GreatV. The triangle pointing down, V, has been desecrated, misunderstood. In Tantra, it is the yoni. In alchemy, it is water, dissolution. In the Kabbalah, it is the descent of Shekinah, the divine presence. The GreatV is not just anatomy, it is metaphysics. It represents the passage of spirit into matter, fire into form, logos into longing, and every death echoes this geometry, the contraction, the vortex, the narrowing path, until only silence remains. Then, reversal. Call to action. Meditate on the downward triangle. Inhale through its point. Exhale into expansion. Open loop. What happens when the gate opens the other direction? V. She who devours is also she who delivers. The tomb and womb are made of the same stone. In Egypt, Osiris dies and is remembered by Isis. In Sumer, Inanna descends and rises with the secrets of hell. In Christianity, Christ dies, and Mary Magdalene becomes first witness to his resurrection. Always the feminine watches, weeps, waits, then births. She is the destroyer and the midwife. Death is not cruel. Death is not final. Death is the mother who strips her children so they may rise unburdened. Call to action. Kneel. Yes, kneel. Tonight, say aloud, Great Gate, take what I no longer need. Final passage. She opens when all else closes. She devours not to erase, but to refine. This is the gate that devours. You passed through her once when you were born. You will pass again, but perhaps this time you will remember. Next veil, the mirror in the bardo. Will you look when it shows your face?